Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Kellen here again with Droid Life. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while, and we're returning with something that we've been really excited about from the moment we started hearing the teases. It's the Galaxy Watch 4. Specifically, this is the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, but you guys know these are both official from Samsung now, and we're excited because, well, it's Samsung's return to Wear OS. It's also a new version of Wear OS. We think Google's caring about it, and so the two are partnering up to relaunch Android smartwatches in a big way. You guys know we love smartwatches. So anyways, we're diving in. This is a first look and unboxing of the Galaxy Watch 4. First off, quick shout out to Samsung for sending this out. This is a review unit. Really appreciate that. Tim has the regular Watch 4, so expect some coverage there too. We'll both be reviewing these and sharing those thoughts on the new Wear OS and both versions of the watch. So anyway, Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. This is the, well, it's the classic version. This is the one with the rotating bezel. Ooh, we got guides up here. We're unboxing as I'm walking through this. So this is the one with the physical rotating bezel. And even though they all sort of have the same exact specs, this is kind of the higher end of the two. It's for sure the most expensive of the two. So anyway, you got some guides up here, and down here, this is your standard Samsung watch wireless charger. I don't believe it's fast. Samsung watches are sort of notorious for being slow chargers, and this just looks like the one that's come with all the watches. So anyway, there's that, and then here is the watch. So it comes in a couple of colors, black or silver. This is clearly the black version. Also a couple of sizes, 46 millimeter or 42 millimeter. I believe this is the 42 millimeter size, and can you hear that? You hear the clicky bezel. So this has the physical rotating bezel. The other version of the Watch 4, which I don't have here, is sort of the replacement for the old Watch Active 2. You guys remember the Watch Active 2? My favorite smartwatch was this guy right here. So the watch, it's the replacement for this. It's just called the Galaxy Watch 4. That comes in 44 and 40 millimeters. As far as pricing goes, the Watch 4, and I'll have it somewhere over here. The Watch 4 starts at $249. This guy, the Classic, starts at $349. So pricing, I'm actually surprised. Remember the Galaxy Watch 3, which was last year's high-end watch from Samsung, started at $400 for the small one. So we're $50 lower than that. New processor, Wear OS, more RAM, more storage, all of that. So they've upgraded everything. And it also has this special new bioactive sensor that tracks all of the health stuff. So again, this is the black version. There is also a silver version. The Watch 4 comes in all sorts of different colors. We have interchangeable bands, that sort of thing. There's a lot going on here. I'll boot it up, but just a couple more specs. So 1.2 inch on this 42 millimeter version. That goes for the 40 mil of the Watch 4 as well. The bigger versions of each watch have 1.4 inch displays. It's fully round, it's AMOLED, it's super high res. In fact, the 46 millimeter version goes up to 450 by 450. So very high res for a smartwatch. We've got always on displays, which I'll show you in a second. Gorilla Glass DX on top. Of course, inside that Exynos W920 chip, 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of internal storage. It does wireless charging, which I mentioned, probably fairly slow. We've got a couple of pushers on each side, rotating crown, Wear OS, One UI Watch 3. So Samsung's first version, outside of its Tizen Wear OS for wearables, it's got a One UI, which is on their phone, skinned on top of Wear OS. So that should be interesting to play with. Bioactive sensor, which does all sorts of stuff. This guy right here. So it does heart rate. It does blood pressure monitoring. It'll track sleep and snoring, but it's sort of a 3 sensor in one chip in here. So optical heart rate, electrical heart, and bioelectrical impedance analysis. I mentioned blood pressure. It can detect an irregular heartbeat, blood oxygen levels, and even calculate your body composition, which is kind of wild. Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi, NFC, GPS, all of that good stuff. 5 ATM water resistance, also IP68. You kind of, it's kind of got it all. So anyway, let's boot it up and clean up a little bit, shall we? All right, so turning this thing on, I'm guessing it's the red outlined button that would make the most sense. Should we get a little bit closer? Let's go. There we go. So the thing to note here is this is a Wear OS watch. However, apparently my understanding is that this is going to be set up in the Galaxy Wearable app, which you've set up all of Galaxy Buds, Tizen watches, all of that stuff. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Just you're not setting it up in the Wear OS app. It is a Wear OS watch, but it's one UI on top. My assumption here is that this is going to be very similar to other Samsung watches. It just happens to have Wear OS underneath the new Wear OS. And basically that's just giving Samsung access to the Google Play Store and all of those apps. And since the Tizen App Store was always lacking, it makes a lot of sense. Whatever. We still are just happy that Wear OS 3 is here and there's some improvements. Anyway, so welcome. We've got that. And if I swipe up, there it is, Galaxy Wearable app. So I just had to find a Samsung phone and boot it up. So let's see if we can get in. Oh, there we go. Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Yeah, let's add that now. So Galaxy Wearable. And remember, I normally wouldn't do this, but we're going to walk through this process just to show you everything. I'll try to speed up where I can. Okay, pair. Little vibration action going over here. Paired. Love that. We're downloading software. Oh, plugins. Here we go. Let's get the plugins rolling. Love those. That's sarcasm. I'm sure you could tell. Okay. Send diagnostic data. No. Link. Yes. Plugin. Sure. Usage. Whatever. Location. Sure. We're doing a percentage thing. Let's just set those down. Oh, we're making progress. I fell asleep there for a second. Getting Google account info. So I'm assuming it's going to let me sign in with a Google account. All right. So you didn't see that, but it asked me which Google account. I picked one and now we're copying. And yes, we'll confirm. So we're copying accounts now. This is probably where the sort of Wear OS-ish stuff comes from. Restore your watch from a backup. Sure. It probably won't find any unless it's going to pull from like a Galaxy Watch 3 setup I had, which should be fine. Although new operating system, well, I have no idea how they're going to do that. Sure enough, it's pulling from a Watch Active 2. Sure, let's just do that. We're restoring. Cool. We restored things. And boom, it says you're all set. Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Here we go. It looks like a slight revamp here to the Galaxy Wearable. No, I don't need your tips right now. If you lose it, nope, definitely don't want to use smart things. Okay, so the watch is starting. Let's set this guy down for a second. Take a tour of your watch. Would love to. Please. Okay, there's watch. I don't think it's taking a tour. Anyway, so oh, here we go. Swipe down. Things are loading, so maybe we're a little slow at the moment. Okay, we swipe down to bring that. Swipe back up. Now what? Oh, we swipe from the bottom to get into our apps. Oh, that's new. Okay, so our app drawer is down here at the bottom. Notifications are over here. I promise this won't be that laggy once things happen. Oh, we tap notifications. Okay. That goes back. This takes us back here. What's over here? Probably widgets. Oh, we're calling them tiles. Okay, that's good. That's Wear OS. Press this to go home. And that is it. So, okay, so that's interesting. So our apps are down here. Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't want to reorder. Okay, so our apps are down here. That's different, well, at least different with Wear OS. Yeah, I know my notifications over here I get. So in Wear OS, your notifications used to live down here. Again, this is one UI on top of it. So we're customizing a little bit here, but notifications here, that's normal for Samsung. This swipe down area makes sense. This is where let's not do that. This is where a lot of your shortcuts are for like Wi-Fi and theater mode and airplane mode and all of that stuff. Okay. And if I just press this, you can see it's doing nothing. But if I swipe over here, we get into tiles. So this is where you're going to find all of your fun stuff. Okay. What does this button do? Must be a shortcut. Nothing? Absolutely nothing. Press and hold does anything? Oh, there we go. That opens Samsung Pay. Cool. What if I press and hold this one? It's probably going to try to power off, isn't it? Let's not do that. Okay, so let's go back here. So that is the setup process and how it looks now. Obviously, you can long press. Should be able to long press. There we go. And that gets us into watch faces and customization. Another big reason, I think Samsung made this switch was to get access to Wear OS's watch faces. While Tizen had a decent watch face selection and Facer was on there and that sort of thing, this is a big deal. We'll play with that. We'll show you all those at some point. But again, this does have like always on display and all that stuff. I know that just went black there. Let me put it on the wrist just to show you guys. Okay, so 42 millimeter. Wow, we got that a little tight. Jeez Louise, let your wrist breathe. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the 42 millimeter version. So there it is on wrist. Actually, a really nice size. The 46 would have been probably too big for my little wrists. That we got a little flex going, so not a great fit. The watch sits very, very tall and proud, kind of like the Watch 3 did. And so we've got a gap. I mean, I could fit a whole finger under there. Not loving that. And it doesn't feel like there's a lot of flex here. So the watch bands are a standard size and they're quick swappable, but you can see from the design, they've kind of made them cut in. So it should be interesting when we put maybe a third party band on here, what that might look like. But so far, yeah, why is that not flexing? I know I'm just talking through this as we do this, but, interesting. So you can swap them. It's a 20 millimeter band on this guy, but there's just not much movement there. Okay, so we're gonna have to swap the band right away because that is not comfortable. It does not look good. So anyway, that is I don't have too much more to say until I start really testing. Obviously, those health features and things like that. But again, a lot of this stuff is supposed to only work with Samsung watches, which is a little bit unfortunate. First impressions, it feels like a Galaxy Watch 3, sort of. And I didn't love that watch. I thought it was too heavy and not great looking. The battery life was horrible. So can't wait to test this. This feels a little bit lighter. I will say it feels lighter. I think personally, and I've already ordered my own regular Watch 4. I think the Watch 4 is more my style. Again, you guys remember I liked the Watch Active 2 a lot. It seems like that watch will probably lay a little bit flatter on the wrist, and it doesn't. I'm not a big user of the rotating bezel. I just don't really need that physical rotating thing. I'd rather have a rotating crown. I'm trying not to be too critical here. I'm just sharing my thoughts. All right. So, but we'll test this guy again. Tim has the regular one, or the regular Watch 4, and I will have one of those as well. But should be interesting to play with this guy to see whether it's very much Wear OS or very much Samsung's experience. We'll find out soon. So anyways, if you guys have comments or questions, it's good to be back. But let us know. We are Droid Life. Peace.